today with Marcia Tatz-Wallner, the Western Regional Director of the March of the Living, and she's telling us about a project that's coming up on November 9th for Kristallnacht. Thank you. And this actually it's a very serious subject to commemorate the Holocaust, and Kristallnacht was the night when all the synagogues were...
Night of Broken Glass, November 9th and 10th, 1938, so we're talking 82 years ago. In Germany and Austria and other countries, 1,400 synagogues were burnt down, shops were looted, and it really is sort of foreshadowing what came later. Because like, who knew then in 38, though there were already the Nuremberg laws were in place, or starting to be in place, what was going to happen. So this really is something that foreshadowed the Holocaust and what was happening in other countries and what would be happening in their country. So Kristallnacht was always commemorated, and I think more so now looking at what happened then, but then how do we look at what's happening today? Hate then, hate now. I mean, looking at synagogues, which we want our synagogues to be welcoming, but we also have to guarantee the safety of our congregants and the community. So, so there's that balance. So the March of the Living, where I'm the Western Region Director, is doing a project this year. First time, a lot of it because of COVID and need to do virtual. We didn't have the March last year, and what we're doing is online, creating a pledge, not a monetary pledge, but a pledge of like, how can we speak up and speak out against hate and intolerance. And so you can go online, motl.org, and you can put in your pledge of what you want to say and what they will do on Kristallnacht, both projecting on a synagogue in Frankfurt, Germany, as well as the walls outside the old city. They do a lot of projections on it. Will be these like stained glass windows, thinking about the windows that were shattered, and have your pledge and it'll be projected on it. They hope to have 10,000 of these different pledges. Online you can see what's already been pledged, who's done it. It's something all around the world. I mean, I was looking at it this morning. There's people from Greece and Japan and Australia, South America, and clearly the United States and Canada. But it's amazing who is getting on board this project. And the idea is also for institutions and homes that night of Kristallnacht to keep your lights on. The theme is #LetThereBeLight. That through all this darkness that is going on. I was reading this morning that there was arson at a Chabad in Delaware. And it's the second time this, recently. And we know what's happened here in Poway and in Pittsburgh 2 years ago. The things are happening within our Jewish community, and we need to stand up against that.
So you mentioned these pledges. Like, for example, what kind of pledges are people making?
Let there be light. I'm standing up against intolerance. I'm standing up against anti-Semitism. I will be an upstander. Those types of things.
Yeah. So this light the night Kristallnacht is
Let there be light.
Let there be light. I'm sorry. Let there be light. Of course. Let there be light. Kristallnacht. This is an international project.
Right. It comes out of the International March of Living, based in New York, like so many other organizations. But what's really amazing about the March of Living itself, when we do march, there are 52 countries that are represented.
Wow.
So it's the entire world. People think, it's, they know about, San Diego and anybody else going. It's like, no, there are signs from around the world. And so this project is being supported by all those different places. So you can look online and you can see, oh my goodness, there's the ministry from Japan as a part of it. And it's
so
like
it's
incredible.
not just Jewish institutions.
Not
it's
just
institutions.
Jewish, right, institutions. Does not need to be Jewish. And especially this project, I was looking, there was an imam in Australia who is supporting and did one of the plaques. So it's not just for Jews, because hate, intolerance, racism, it's not just a Jewish agenda. It's, you know, all of us need to be aware of it. So we want to try and get everyone.
Why is it important that we keep, I've heard from even some of our young Jewish, members. I've heard from people who are not in the Jewish community, oh, you keep bringing up that Holocaust. What does it matter now? That was so long ago. Why is it so important that we keep remembering it, that we keep commemorating it?
I think it's used as this focal point. Like, yes, it is our history, but if we forget our history, then who's going to remember it? If we don't look at that point, and you can look at different curriculum, I believe, Facing History as Ourselves as a curriculum, that's in the public schools. So it's a public school curriculum using the Holocaust as the centerpiece of what happens when people are discriminated. What happens when there's racism? This is an example, a horrible example, but it's an example of what can happen and that we cannot let it happen again. So we need to learn that history of that moment, and we need to take those lessons of the past to be able to make sure that it doesn't happen in the future to anyone.
And so you're asked what you'd like the community to do.
I would like everyone between now and November 9th to go to MOTL, March of the Living, MOTL.org, and then you'll be able to see hashtag Let There Be Light. Click on it, and it's very easy. I mean, if I can say something's easy online, it's easy. And you go on it, you make your pledge. You'll also be able to see who the other international sponsors are, who, look at some of the other pledges that have been made, what have other people said, and who are those people that have said it. So it's super easy.
Marcia, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us today. Guys, remember, go to motl.org and sign up for your pledge. Sign up to light up your house or institution. Maybe ask your friend, rabbi, priest, neighbor, everybody else you know if they can light up on November 9th too. Let there be light. Let's send a message that we will never again, never forget, and never again, right?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much for, being supportive of this project.
Thank you. Thank you.